Okay, fellow RVers, here we are in the escape pod. Still cold outside, but warm enough to start working on some repairs and fixes. And this is what I'm working on today, right now. Problem: we never have had any air out of the heat vent in the bathroom. Right underneath this super skinny little sink borrowed from a 737, and so I figured that there was just some little kink in the ducting somewhere, and I think that I found the problem. Okay, things are still a little bit of a mess here. We just did a little deconstruction. I started taking the top off of the bunk bed here, yanking the drawers out, and you can see of course there's no problem with the duct right there where you can reach it behind where the drawers are. And in case you ever need to get in here yourself, there's the inside of the driver's side storage, and I had to take this panel off, which is full of these delightful little pin staples. So you've got to pull those through the wood. They're all standing proud here. I'm going to have to bang those in and then very likely replace this panel in a more expeditious fashion for removal. In any case, all the way down here at the bottom, let me get my light. Haha! There's the duct, and if you can see back in the back, there's the duct. It comes up to about this point here, just before it hits the wall, and then there was some extra ducting, so instead of trimming it and making it to length, they just wrapped it around in a big coil, and I don't think you can fully appreciate the tangle of coil there is back there with wires and pipes and I don't know. While I'm in here too, you see the pipes right there. Sometimes they hammer a little bit especially when there's a little air in the line first thing. So I'm going to put some pipe insulation around there when I'm in here and make that so actually the hot water stays a little hotter in the line, which is nice. And since if you're on a limited water supply boondocking, and also see if I can do a resect on this ducting. It's like 1.5 inch duct, so I'm not expecting, it's going to be a sauna in the bathroom, but boy, even just a little bit of heat airflow will make a big difference in colder temperatures. So stay tuned. I'll show you what I had to do to get through to part 2 here. Potentially easier than I thought it might have been. The vent pulls off with see, it's fastened there in the center, so you do kind of a nice even pull on 2 sides. That comes right out, which was nice. A couple of short screws, Robertson head, of course, and there's the cute little duct. And there is, that's nice. There is a screw in the side of the duct, so that's better than tape. I like that. I'm going to poke my head in and see if there's anything back in there, but I think what I'll be able to do is loosen up some slack, come here and yank this forward and loosen up some slack on the other side, and go back and forth up and down on my knees about 20 times and try to get the kink worked out of this duct. Okay, well, here we are with the new stubbed up duct. This is how much ducting we removed. Let's see if I can get it all in the picture here. I'll put a tape measure on that, but it looks like about, 5 or 6 feet. They probably just have one length of ducting. You grab it and throw it in, and it doesn't matter if you've got a big one or a little one. They just, if you've got extra, they don't, too poor to be wasteful with pity or time, I guess. Also, let me see if I can get a shot in here, just in case if you ever need to get into this space. Let me see. Yeah, not kidding. You can't see, I'm afraid. If you ever need to get to the fittings for your sink, they're underneath there. So I don't know if you could, it'd be really nice if you could yank this little panel out like they have, built in for the shower. But no soap. This thing it's probably stapled on from the inside, so if you really had to get in there, I think that you could take this duct off and reach your arm in there. But yeah, the wires and pipes and everything in there are just thrown in there like a mess. There's a bunch of construction debris as well. Let's go look at the back and see what that looks like now. Okay, look at that one nice, continuous, smooth run of ductwork. It's still all tangled up with the wires, but not so terrible. I'm going to throw a little bit of pipe insulation around at least one or both of these tubes here. One of them runs off. That's the fill line, I think. Oh, one goes to the shower. No, I don't know. It's a bunch of spaghetti. If you're working at the Thor factory making these, ask Santa for a shop vac for Christmas. It's just incredible that every place you look behind a panel, there's all sorts of construction debris and dropped screws, and I mean, it's really just a mess. I'm gonna get my vac and clean things up here a little bit. I've had other brands of RVs, and they just clean that stuff up. It's nice. I think my last RV, I found there was one candy wrapper back under in the bed compartment, and I left it there as an homage to the hardworking people that took the care to put that together well and clean it up. But yeah, there's this is just junky. Looks like they've used the scabbiest seconds pine they could, and then just invested in a bunch of staples and staple the cuss out of it to put it together. And then again, just like everything in this, it seems like as soon as you get behind the veneer, it's just the thrashiest carpentry and just does not show the level of care that you get in other brands. But nonetheless, solved the problem here, I think, and then I'll also put some pipe insulation around there, and that should make life better all in all. So, nice thing to spend some time in the RV before actually getting out on the road. But just another tech tip from White Spruce Tech, where we want to make technology your lapdog.